Okay, today's my first day in the field. It's Monday and it's raining cats and dogs out there. And let's see if I can do this in the mirror. So I am getting all my field gear organized and ready to go. And I'm going to leave the guest house here in just a couple minutes. So actually I already organized everything that I think I need to organize, but I'm just doing a double check. So it's raining really hard here in Kirstenbosch, but I called my contact over there on the in Nordhook, and he said that the weather's clearing over there and that it should be fine. So I'm just going to wear rain pants and a raincoat and just hope for the best this morning. So anyway, I'm just going to go through the list of things I'm bringing with me today. I'm bringing my GPS unit, which needs to be calibrated. It's not here on this part of the world yet. I have a bag full of silica gel. Oh, I don't have my coin envelopes. I do have to take some coin envelopes with me, because I'm going to be hopefully collecting some samples, so I need to just grab a box of coin envelopes here, take that along. I usually collect individual samples in coin envelopes and put it in silica gel. I've got my camera gear that I need to take. I have my backpack for the overflow, so what I'm going to put in the backpack includes just a heavy jacket, my twin light flash, and my big lens. I'll take my binocular, and I think that's all I need for today besides some water. So I'm just going to go maybe about 30 minutes south of here to a road that takes me over to Nordhook. I'm supposed to meet this guy at the beach, and hopefully I'll be able to find my new species of Hyobanche over there. So here we go. Okay, I'm starting to feel like I've got some stuff. I've got my field gear in the back of the car in the boot. So I have a shovel for digging, a trowel for digging, some brushes for knocking the sand and dirt away from the host root tissue, and then I have my big lens, my silica gel, and my backpack. And that bell you're hearing is actually the Kirstenbosch bell for tea. I think it's the end of the tea time, so it's about time I got myself out of here. I was waiting for the rain to diminish, and it has. So I think it might not be too bad a day. Let's hope for the best. Anyway, I have to finish getting my gear out of the guest room, and then I'm on my way. What's your last name?
Louis Liebenberg.
And where are we?
Nordhook Beach.
Nordhook Beach. And Louis contacted somebody at Kirstenbosch. So was it last year? Was it last year?
Yeah, last year. Okay.
And I sent a picture of this Hyobanche that's kind of new to science that I'm going to be describing. I've seen it in different places over the last 10 years. But this is the type of habitat it occurs on. It's a sand dune endemic, and beautiful little plant. I hope we find it here. Anyway, this is Nordhook Beach. Really gorgeous spot. I'd love to live here. It's fantastic.
Well, yeah, my first book is The Art of Tracking, which I believe is the origin of science. And well, the book I'm now, it's basically an updated version, which I want to call The Roots of Science.
And is that published in South Africa then?
No, I haven't got it published yet. I'm still finishing it off.
Where was the first one published?
The first one was published in South Africa.
Okay.
But it's not well distributed.
And what's the premise of this book, The Roots of Science?
Well, the premise is what's known as Wallace's paradox, is that how come we can do physics and mathematics if the brain evolved while we were hunter-gatherers?
Okay.
The paradox being that it's always been assumed that hunter-gatherers didn't do science. Science were invented by the Greeks and then the Renaissance.
But I'll maintain that science and art and music are all one package. Because as a scientist, I'm also an artist and a musician, and I really do use the same part of my brain.
So I believe that the creative process in creating a hypothesis is similar to the creative process
I would agree with that 100%.
So that scientific thinking would actually be an innate human ability that evolved while we were together. flamingos.
So, since humans originated here in this part of the world, at least all the archaeological and anthropological evidence, suggests that. Do you think that the art in the caves and some of the ancient things that have been discovered here are really significant for this premise?
In fact, the oldest evidence of symbolic engraving is about 70,000 years old. Almost
Okay.
That coincides with a period of extreme drought in Africa, and the periods of extreme drought would have been the ideal conditions for tracking to evolve.
Oh, okay. So why would drought lead to the tracking? Because they had to go search them.
Yeah, because in your Kalahari sand face, which extends from the northern Cape right up to the equator, there were periods during these mega droughts where we had sand dunes which today have the Congo rainforest.
Okay.
They're actually fossil dunes in the Congo.
Oh, wow.
So that would have, so during your mega drought, you would have had an expansive area of very arid dune fields, which is the easiest conditions to learn how to track.
Oh, interesting, because the tracks are there and they stay there.
They're easy to follow.
Yeah.
But then, as it becomes wetter, you have grass cover and then bush cover, which makes it more difficult to track.
Okay. I have a question real quick. We're coming up to this little flay here. Are these avocets?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Flamingos hanging out. I think they're right at the furthest end.
Around the end of the flay.
Yeah.
Oh, the big wings over there. Yeah.
And this is only the third time I've seen flamingos in the last 10 years.
What species of flamingo would be here?
I'm actually not sure.
Is this a lagoon here?
Yeah, it's sort of a tidal lagoon, so it sort of comes and goes.
And it's been a pretty dry year, so is this much reduced in size?
No, this is normal size. Although on the other side is the lagoon at the moment, so it is a bit drier than it's normal.
I've never seen so many avocets in one place in my life. We have avocets in North America, but they're not particularly common.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing your book. I've been very interested in these types of questions.
Yeah, and in actual fact, one of the implications of my theory is that if scientific reasoning is an innate ability, there's no reasons for citizen scientists not to make a creative contribution to science,
so
as opposed to just gathering data on birds or whatever.
What do you think about the pseudoscience fads and people that come up with really strange ideas about creation? I mean, what does that say about the human brain?
I think it's, ironically, an inevitable side effect of scientific reasoning.
And in what way?
Well, in scientific reasoning, you have the creative component, which is the creation of a hypothesis, which then need to be tested deductively. So, if you have the creative component without the deductive testing, you end up with superstition and myth.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I mean, a myth is just an explanation that can't be tested.
Okay.
Whereas a scientific hypothesis is a myth that can be tested.
Yes, okay.
So,
that's interesting. Well, I teach a class every other year called Creation and Evolution, Differing Worldviews, and it's my motivation for teaching the class was in North America we have this real movement toward trying to undermine education, science education, with the biblical reasoning, and I was just puzzled by that, and I'm still puzzled by how people can just check their brain at the door, of a church.
Well, the other side of the coin is that...
So this is a typical four-dune habitat, and we found this plant here last year and sent an image to the herbarium, and it's not guaranteed that we'll actually find it again, but it's the right kind of habitat, so I'm excited. It could be, but usually the inflorescences, I think, are colonized by ants, and so I don't think that they would be hanging around for more than a season. So there's an old one. It looks like that flowered much earlier, and then here's a fresh one that's coming up. And this is the new species. I do need to describe it. In fact, tentatively, I've given it a name already. Fantastic. That one's. See, I think if we dug down in there, we'd probably find an ant colony, or maybe a grub in there. So, fantastic. And it's probably all through this dune system, so I'll probably have to just come back and take a look. But I'm gonna mark this for now. And then there's some up here, the edge of the swell here. And it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna put the camera away for just a little bit. Okay, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful specimen. And here's one that's a little bit older. Right next to one that's way out. I like this one a lot. That's a beaut. And it grows on, what do you call this bush? Blumbus. It's in the Asteraceae. I know the name of it, the botanical name, but I have to look it up every time.